The Prime Minister told Daily Express readers that it's only because of Brexit that we have been able to grasp this opportunity. Rishi Sunak hailed Britain's new blockbuster trade pact with Pacific nations as the reason why he voted for Brexit. He said the bumper tie-up was made easier by quitting the EU and will put the UK in a prime position in the global economy. The trade bonanza is expected to add £1.8 billion to the UK's annual GDP over time, create tens of thousands of jobs, and will be a major boost to exporters. It is the second major trade breakthrough for the Prime Minister after his post-Brexit pact with the EU on Northern Ireland. In a direct message to Daily Express readers, Mr. Sunak said, "It's only because of Brexit that we have been able to grasp this opportunity." Britain's accession to the Trans-Pacific Partnership, formerly known as the CPTPP, opens up trading opportunities with a market of 500 million people. More than 99% of UK goods exports to member states will now be eligible for zero tariffs, including products such as cars, machinery, cheese, chocolate, whiskey and gin. Tariffs on some imports will also be cut, Mr. Sunak added. "When I voted for Brexit, I voted to remove the red tape. I voted for British businesses to enjoy unparalleled access to markets from Europe to the South Pacific. Our accession to the CPTPP does exactly this." Britain's accession was formally announced in the early hours of Friday morning, just hours before new figures showed the economy grew at the end of last year. GDP went up by 0.1% in the final quarter of 2022, according to the Office for National Statistics, meaning the UK avoided going into recession. Mr. Sunak said it showed that the underlying fundamentals of the economy are strong. Joining the trading bloc represents a continuation of the post-Brexit policy tilt towards the Indo-Pacific region initiated by Boris Johnson. The grouping has a combined GDP of £9 trillion, a figure that will rise to £11 trillion when the UK formally joins next year, accounting for around 15% of the global economy. Officials said it would provide a significant boost for exporters in sectors including food, drink, and cars. Controversially, tariffs on imports of palm oil will be reduced. Despite concerns about the impact of the industry on the environment, the inclusion of Malaysia in the deal is seen as a key prize, as the UK currently has no trade deal with the fast-growing economy, which levies tariffs of as much as 165% on imports of Scotch whisky. The deal is a significant coup for Trade Secretary Kemi Badenoch, who has spent months hammering out the details. Ms. Badenoch hailed the move, telling BBC Radio 4's Today program, "Think of it like us buying a startup. It's not about what it's doing today, but about the potential for growth tomorrow. And the CPTPP countries have over 500 million people at the moment, and we're starting trade relationship with them that's going to go into the future for many decades and deliver a lot of growth to the UK." She promised the deal is not going to displace farmers in the UK and said it will provide more competition for EU countries so people don't have to buy what they don't want. Ms. Badenoch said the UK will have more influence on sustainability as part of the bloc, despite Greenpeace calling the deal outrageous. Whitehall sources dismissed suggestions that Britain is simply swapping the EU for another unwieldy trade bloc. "It is nothing like the EU," said one source. "It doesn't have a court, a parliament, a budget, a civil service, or a flag. It's a very good trade deal, but that's all it is." Tory Brexiteers heaped praise on the deal, and it was also welcomed by Sir Keir Starmer. Lee Anderson, deputy chairman of the Conservative Party, described it as a Brexit bonus, while Commons leader Penny Mordaunt said it was a